Hello everyone, I'm Seema Monge, and in this video I will be talking about the blueprint of the IP paper for Python uh, CBSE board paper expected in 2020-21. I will be also talking about the marking scheme, the analysis of the paper and the expected questions. Please watch the complete video for the complete analysis. As per the paper released by the CBSE as a sample paper, the criteria has been completely changed with the new syllabus of Python. The whole paper will be divided into two parts. So I will be talking about the pattern of the paper, how the paper has been decided for accordingly. I will also be discussing about the questions analysis, how each and every question has been picked up according to the syllabus, what will be the marking of each question, and which topic will be expected from each question according to the marks weightage. And the last, I will be talking about the blueprint of the paper. So let us discuss about this complete analysis of this paper one by one. Let us talk about the pattern of the paper. As per the CBSE criteria, new pattern for my Python paper for class 12th, my paper is divided into two parts, part A and part B. Both the parts are compulsory parts of your CBSE. Part A is divided into two sections, section 1 and section 2. Part B is a descriptive part, and this is divided into three sections. Part A, when I talk about section 1, has got a choice. There will be 21 questions, question number 1 to question number 21, and out of which you are expected to do only 15 questions. That means there is a choice of 6 questions with you. Out of 21, you will attempt only 15. Each question will be of 1 mark, so that means it comes out to 15 marks. Now coming on to section 2. Now this is a new addition as per the new pattern. It has clearly demarcated the section 2 as a two case studies. Case study number 1 will be question number 22 and case number 2 will be the question number 23. So question number 2 will be talking about 4 marker question which will be having 5 parts. Now, out of these 5 parts, you are not supposed to do all of 5 of them. There is an internal choice, and out of 5, you will do only 4 parts. So, there is an internal choice. Within question number 22, 5 subparts will be given to you, and you are supposed to attempt only 4. Similarly, case study 2, question number 23 is also 4 marker question which will be having 5 parts, 1 to 5 internally subparts, and out of which only 4 parts are to be done. You have a choice. You can skip any one out of the 5. So these are the two case studies. One case study will be coming from the data frames pandas, and the second case study is going to come from the MySQL, that is RDBMS we are studying in class 12th. So this is complete analysis about the part 1, the pattern of part 1. Now let us talk about the pattern of part B, that is the descriptive part. Part A is the objective part, or we can say short question answers, one word answers, and case 2 are again simple one marker questions. But when we talk about part B has 3 sections. Now section 1 is 2 marker question, section 2 is 3 marker question, and section 3 is a 5 marker question. Section 1 will be having questions, 10 questions from question number 24 to question number 23. There is no choice. You have to attempt all these 10 questions, and each question carries 2 marks. But yes, there is a little relief to you. Out of these 10 questions, there will be 2 such questions which will be having an internal choice. That means within a question, there will be parts, 2 parts, out of which you are expected to do only 1 part. So internal choice only in 2 questions will be given. Rest 8 questions will not be having any choice. Each question 24 to 23, 10 questions, all of them are compulsory. So that comes out to 20 marks in part B. Now section 2 is a 3 marker question, 34 to question number 37. These comes out as 4 questions. Now these 4 questions will be of 3 marks each. And again, all these 4 questions are compulsory. All these 4 questions are compulsory in section 2. Each question of 3 marks. But yes, again, a little relief is given here to you. You have a choice of in two questions, where the question will be divided into sub parts, and you can choose any one part out of which. But other two questions will not be having any internal choice at all. But yes, all question number 34 to 37, all four are compulsory. So that comes out to 12 marks. Now, when I talk about section number three is the last part of the paper, that is part B. There will be three questions, question number 38, 39, and 40. All these three questions will be of 5 marks. Now, these 5 marker questions, there is no choice. You have to do all these three questions. But out of these three questions, one question will be having an internal choice. That means there will be a choice given to you whether you can do the part 1 or the part 2. But remaining two questions, there will be no choice. But overall, this is an internal choice. Otherwise, question number 20, 38, 39, and 40, all you have to attempt. So this comes out as a 15. So if we talk about the big picture, part A is of 15 marks, 4 marks, and 4 marks, including the case studies. That comes out to question total marks of 23. Now, part B is a descriptive part, which is having section 1 as 20 marks, section 2 as 12 marks, and section 3 as 15 marks. That total comes out to 47, and the grand total comes out to 70. Question number, that means we can say that from question number 24 till question number 40, all the questions are expected to be attempted by the students. But yes, from question number 1 to 21, you have a choice. You can attempt only 15 questions. Now, coming on to the topics, part 1, part A. Section 1, Part E, Section 1 are either the short question answers or one word answers, or maybe objective or MCQ or fill-ups or true false, very short questions, and the topics being covered are the complete syllabus. These one marker questions can be from anywhere in the syllabus, but we will be talking about this in detail in our blueprint and question analysis also. Now, coming on to case studies, two case studies, one is coming from data frame and another one is coming from MySQL. Coming on to the part B, section A, again 2 marker questions are covered from the complete syllabus. Section number 2 of part B, that is 3 mark questions, will be covering unit 1, unit 2, and unit 4. In this part, unit 3 is not being covered. Now, coming on to the section 3, again, these are 5 marker questions, and only 3 questions are there, which are covered from unit 1, unit 2, and unit 3. So, unit 4 is not covered over here. Part of the video, I'm going to talk about the analysis of each and every question which has been incorporated in CBSE for Python 2020-21. There are 21 questions which are 1 marker questions. You can see here that all these 1 marker questions are from different topics from unit 1, 2, 3, and 4, and accordingly the topics have been given over here. Now, out of these 21, you are expected to do only 15 questions. So that means you have a choice over here. There is a scope of variations in the topics over here. But yes, the category can be divided over here with the help of the blueprint, which I'm going to discuss in the video later on. But accordingly, we can decide how much 1 marker questions are expected from each chapter once we discuss this complete analysis. When I talk about question number 22, 23, these two case studies, these are 4 marker questions, one from data frame, one from MySQL. So there is no choice in this, but internal choice of one part is given over here. That is internal. If I talk about choices, there was one choice given in MySQL question in 2 marker question. Another choice is given here in MySQL again in string functions. So that means there are more chances of getting a choice in MySQL, but we can't say right now whether the choice will be there in data frames or series. It is a flexible part. Choice is a flexible part. Out of these 10 questions, only 2 questions will be given a choice. Now, that choice of question may vary or may move from one topic to another topic accordingly. Now, coming on to my questions from 34 to 37 that are 3 marker questions. In a 3 marker question, only one question will be having the internal choice. All 4 questions are compulsory with one question as the internal choice. Series is not having any kind of choice, that is data pandas. Societal impact, this topic is shown as having a choice. Now graph question is having an internal choice over here. So 2 questions are given a choice over here. Let me make it bold over here. So these 2 questions are having the internal choice, but yes, otherwise my another 2 questions are not having any kind of choice over here. Now, coming on to the 5 marker questions, question number 39, that is from MySQL again. This portion is having the choice. Rest, the unit 1 data frame. This question was having 5 questions of 3 parts. 2 marks are just for creating the data frame, and the 3 commands are given based upon that data frame. That comes out to your 5 marks completely. So that means this short question of 5 marks is very easy to score, because once you know how to create a data frame and the 3 simple commands you can execute, these 5 marks can be scored very easily. Similarly, MySQL, this is a short question, 5 marker question, and it will be having an internal choice also. There is a choice in any one of these 3 questions, internal choice. That internal choice may move from this question to this question or this question. But yes, MySQL case study questions are normally not very tough questions if all the concepts are easily covered by you. That will be covering at least 1 question from group by clause, 1 question from maybe aggregate functions, 1 question from other functions like text functions or string functions or numeric functions, and other maybe related to pattern or simple queries. And the last fifth question is a network layout question. This is based upon the practical application of the concept you have learned in this unit 3. But I guarantee you students, this question is a scoring question, and this is definitely going to come, or it will be included in your part. So these 3 questions are very well defined. The remaining these 3 questions are very well defined. These 2 marker questions are also very well defined according to the units, and these 4 questions are also very well defined. The only flexible part remains the 1 marker question. Now, if we talk about how these questions are divided unit wise, we can see here like this. If I talk about Unit 4 has 1 question of 3 marks, 2 questions of 2 marks each. So 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2, 7. So out of 10 marks, these is 7 marks are these are frozen over here, and remaining 2 marks are flexible over here in the choice. So you can see here that the choice is with you with these small topics covered here with 1 mark question each. Now coming on to Unit 3. When I talk about Unit 3, this is my Unit 3 complete, out of which 5 marker question is from network layout. That is a compulsory question. Now, 1 question was included in your paper, that will be included in your paper, that is a 2 marker question, that is talking about the abbreviations. And there are a lot of abbreviations in computer network chapter, and your out of these abbreviations, there will be 4 abbreviations full form being asked to you, each having half mark weightage, and this 2 marker question is also surely expected in the paper. Now, remaining 1 marker question, when I talk about total weightage is 10 marks, so 5 plus 2, 7, only 3 marks are left. But yes, because I have a choice in 1 marker questions, so many topics are being covered here, including the devices, the web browsers, again the devices, the websites, topologies, security, all these topics are being covered here. So these small topics are being covered here in 1 marker question, where you are expected to have at least 1 question of one website, at least 1 question related to web browsers, at least some question related to devices, at least 1 question related to topology, at least 1 question related to security. But yes, there are many other small topics also covered in your computer network. So assuming that this 1 marker portion is very flexible, accordingly this Unit 3 will be covered. Now when we talk about Unit 2, this is my Unit 2 which talks about MySQL. This portion is actually a very a scoring portion for IP students. You can keep yourself secure for getting maintaining your basic percentage over here. 5 marker question is compulsory question, that is definitely going to come. Then there is a 3 marker question from MySQL that will be depending upon the functions we have studied in MySQL. Again, there are 4 questions of 2 marks each. That again, 4 questions of 2 mark each are covering the group by clause, they are covering the functions, they are covering the aggregate functions, and they might be covering the string functions, numeric functions, date type functions, or different kinds of functions. So basically, these 2 marker questions are all talking about the little difficult part, or maybe you can say the higher part of MySQL, not the simple queries. Now, this question number 23, which talks about the case studies. This is a mixed question which might be having simple queries, and you have an internal choice over here. Remaining marks. Now, when I total these marks, our remaining scope which is left over here for my MySQL is only 5 marks. So 20 marks are being covered over here. These total marks for unit 2 comes out to 20. Remaining 5 marks are covered in this MySQL 1 marker questions. Now coming on to unit 1. Unit 1 is a you can say most important part and the detailed part which contains the Python programming, pandas 1, pandas 2. It talks about series, it talks about data frames, it talks about data visualization graphs, and it also talks about a little bit of CSV file handling. Now CSV file handling as such is not covered over here, but yes, it is definitely expected in your projects. I will be talking about the projects of IP in my different separate videos coming ahead. But yes, in this, as far as theory paper is concerned, CSV file handling as such directly is not asked being over here, but there are chances that might be some basic question is being asked in 1 marker question. Otherwise, there is no scope of CSV question in case studies of data frames. There is no scope in these 5 marker question is directly from a data frame. 3 marker question is directly from the graph. These 3 2 marker questions are 2 from the series and 1 from the data frame. There may be a little flexibility or movement of the questions in these marks of questions. Again, 1 4 mark question is again from the data frame. So you can see here that a lot of questions are being asked on the data frames in comparison to series. And graph also has a quite good amount of questions. It is 3 marks here, and then to 1 mark here, and then 1 mark here. Now remaining marks, when I talk about the blueprint, the data file handling, this 21 marks are being covered over here from this portion till this portion from unit 1. From unit 1, this portion is already covered, which is covering 21 marks. Remaining 4 marks are flexible, which is covered in these 1 marker question. So that is the complete paper analysis as per the syllabus. Next, we will be talking about blueprint. Now, in this part of the video, I'm going to discuss with you the blueprint of our IP paper for Python new syllabus as for the session 2020-21 as expected. We know that in our syllabus we have 4 units. Unit 1 is related to pandas and data visualization. Unit 2 is talking about MySQL. Unit 3 is talking about computer networks, and Unit 4 is about societal impacts. So, as per the weightage of CBSE, Unit 1 is of 25 marks, Unit 2 is of 25 marks, Unit 3 Computer Networks is having the weightage of 10 marks, and Unit 4 Societal Impacts is again having the weightage of 10 marks. Let me start from the 5 marker questions first. We know that there will be 3 questions of 5 marks each in our paper, and that I have already discussed with you that there will be the question number labeled from question number 38 to 40. Now, these 3 questions, one question will be from pandas. Now, pandas has 2 parts. In fact, we can say it's categorized into 3 parts. One is talking about series, second is talking about data frames, and third is talking about the data visualization, the graphs. As per the CBSE paper being released, the question is being given from the 5 marker question is from the data frames. Uh, as per my personal opinion, I feel that the major content which we are enforcing to the students is for the data frames in comparison to series. So the chances of coming of this 5 marker question is definitely from is the probability is definitely much higher for data frames in comparison to the series. So this 5 marker question is expected from series from data frames only, rather than in comparison to series or your graphs. The next 5 marker question, this is a short question. This will be 100% from your MySQL only. So this portion, this 5 marker question will be from MySQL. The next third question is a complete new entry in our paper in IP. Earlier, it was in the syllabus, the layout plan, as it is already being a part of the computer science paper for the science for C++ and the previous papers. Now this question has been completely incorporated for informatics practices also. So as per the CBSE paper released, we can see here that the last network layout question will be of 5 marks, and that will be incorporated into it. We can have a look of that 5 marker question also quickly. So as per this paper, we can see here that the last question is of the layout, and the questions are based upon this. So this question is a new entry, and this is a 5 marker question. This question is surely going to come in your paper. But students, it's not a difficult question. It's a very practical based question, application based question. If the concepts are clear to you, this actually question is a scoring question. It's very easy to score marks in this portion of the question if the topic of computer networks is completely clear and understandable to you. So now these 5 marker questions are covered over here. Now coming on to the 3 marker questions. As we discussed in the pattern that there are only 4 questions for 3 markers, and out of the 4 questions, unit 3 is being skipped. Now unit 1, unit 2 and unit 4. These 3 topics are being taken. So when I talk about these 4 questions, one question is coming from the societal impacts. The another one question is from the MySQL. This is again a 3 marker question, and there are 2 questions from pandas and the data visualization. So obviously this question 3 marker question has a space of question based upon the graphs as well as the question based upon the data frames or the series. The probability of having one question compulsorily from the graph is higher over here, because the chances of a graph question in 5 markers is very less. Data frame is expected here, and graph is expected in a 3 marker question. And another one question, we have a scope. It can be from data frames, it can be from series. But yes, there will be 2 questions from these pandas as well as visualization. Now, and another one question from MySQL, and one question from societal impact. That comes out to our 4 complete questions, and that completes the 12 marks for part B 3 marker questions. Now coming on to 2 marker questions. 2 marker questions can be divided in this category like this. 2 marker questions are covering all 4 units, but you can see here that there is only one question of 2 marks from computer networks. There are 2 questions of 2 marks in societal impacts, and there are 3 questions in data handling and data visualization, and there are 4 questions of 2 marks each in MySQL. So when we talk about these 2 marker questions, these are divided like this, and the total questions will be 10. As I told you in the pattern also, that there will be 10 questions of 2 marks each, and accordingly they are divided like this over here. Now coming on to the case studies, there will be only 2 case studies of 4 marks each. So one question from pandas and one question from MySQL, that comes out to 8 marks. Now coming on to this portion, 1 marker question. This is a portion which is very flexible over here. Rest of this portion, this complete portion is well set, but yes, this portion is flexible. Now when I talk about 25 marks weightage from data file handling, I can say that 5 marks are covered here, 8 marks are covered here, and 6 marks are covered here, and 4 marks are covered here. So that comes out to 21 marks. If I skip this, that comes out to total of 21 marks. So out of the weightage as per the CBSE criteria, 4 marks are still left. So these 4 marks are adjusted in 1 marker questions. That should be adjusted in 1 marker question in part A, 1 mark section 1. Now, when I talk about MySQL, 5 marks covered here, 3 marks covered here, 8 marks covered here, and 4 marks covered here. So this total comes out to 20. This total comes out to 24, 4 plus 8, 8 plus 3, and 3 plus 5. That comes out to 20. So that remaining 5 marks are expected to be covered here in 1 marker question. So that makes it 25. Now coming on to computer networks, 5 mark question is here, 2 mark question is here. So we can say 5 plus 2, 7. 3 marks are still remaining. These 3 marks are covered here in 1 marker question. Now coming on to societal impacts, unit 4 is again 10 marker question. 3 marks are covered here and 4 marks are covered here. So 3 plus 4 is 7 marks. Remaining 3 marks are expected to be adjusted here in 1 marker question where we have a choice. So when we talk about the actual marking scheme is as per the weightage is 4 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3, that comes out to 15. But there are not 15 questions, there are 21 questions. So obviously, number of questions in these topics may vary. As for the sample paper released by the CBSE, there are 6 questions from pandas and data visualization for 1 mark each in section A, in part A, section 1. There are 4 questions of MySQL of 1 mark each, which are otherwise having a scope of 5 marks over here. There are 6 questions of computer networks which otherwise has a scope of only 3 marks, and the questions from the last unit, so title impacts, is a 5 marks, but 5 marks questions, 5 questions are given as per the CBSE syllabus sample paper, but the scope is only 3 marks. Because these additional 6 marks are coming here, so that is why this portion I'm saying this is flexible. This may vary up and down, but yes, overall you may expect when this portion is prepared, remaining these questions, if you are working on it, you may be easily able to cover up your portion because you have a choice over here of 6 questions. So this is all about blueprint of the paper, and out of this blueprint you can expect what questions are expected from your coming board exam of informatics practices. Thank you so much. Keep watching my videos, subscribe my channel, and please comment. Also, I will be coming up with a few videos on the projects for IP, so keep watching. Thank you.